Hello there, this is Wes Parker from Colorado. It's a windy day today. It's about December 3rd or 4th today, I forget which. So I'm talking louder than I usually do, just to make sure I'm heard. So this is a long view of our cabin here. You can see on our only southern roof line is where I've got the panels set up, and they're set up at their winter angle, which is pretty steep. Even now it's really only about 11:30, maybe 12 o'clock, and the sun is over the ridge. Unfortunately, we do have a mountain behind our house, which kind of cuts off our sun in the winter. But you know, if we're conservative, we have to run the generator about every two or three days. We have to run the generator, bring the batteries up. But this is our second winter, so the first winter went pretty well. We're hoping to do a little bit better this time. So let's see what else. There's a sub panel up there. You can see our chimney. That's the only thing we heat with in this house is our wood stove, and it's made by Hearthstone. And I'll take the camera now and we'll walk down slope. So let's see. Hearthstone made the stove, and it is a most remarkable, efficient little guy. And we've got stockpiled, I would say, I don't know, two, maybe 3 cords of wood. Took us about 3 or 4 days of work. There's our giant wood pile, and it's peeking up. And this roof line here I just built. This one that goes right here. I'll hand the camera back to my wife so I can point the stuff. Here you go. So let's see. The gutters. You see the gutters running along here? And right up top, up there on the top of the roof is actually it's a J-channel, metal J-channel that I screwed in as a means to stop the snow from sliding down the roof. I think the first couple snowfalls I had this huge curl of snow coming like this, you know, and I think without too much trouble it would have ended up ripping off the guttering. So I put this up. Also, it holds the snow in place while it melts. Drains into my gutters, goes down the downspouts, and all the downspouts head to one point in our house towards the cistern. Come on over here, I want to show you. Oh, while I'm here, I want to show you these are the world's coolest sawhorses. This is my design. I took it to a guy, had him welded up. So you just put the screws in, the legs drop out. A real nice sawhorse. It's very sturdy. I think I've had these for 12, 15 years. So go back to the wood pile just briefly. This we've had here for like 2 or 3 years. This is hardwood. We tend to use these like the last pieces at night when we're stockpiling it, putting a big, heavy, slow burning, hot burning wood in there, and I put the stove down low. This stuff is ready to go. My wife split all this. We got some cedar in here, but mostly it's ponderosa pine and some Doug fir. This stuff down in here is ready to go. Now this pile here, some of this is like, it's dead tree, but it hasn't really seasoned. So we split it. I said we split it about a month ago, and then it's 2 layers deep. So it's 32 inches deep. Well, this is probably 2 cords of wood right here. And it'll be all nicely cured by, you know, January, February, I'm sure. I'm hoping we'll have some left over for next year. And all this wood right here, this is this incredible stuff. This is called like sapwood or fat wood. Oh man, this stuff is like gold. You can take a match, literally, you can take a match and light this log on fire with a match. I'll have to show you that sometime, how cool that is. But I take them and I split them up into little pieces, and we put them right next to the fire. I'm going to do a video on fire and logs and how to do all that. But anyway, here's all this. This is all fat wood. I found up at the top of the mountain, which was about, what was there, about 20 minutes walk? 25-minute walk up there. We went up there. I took a little chainsaw with me. I had my 2 sons and my niece and her boyfriend and my wife Lori. So we went up there. I cut them up, and we carried these things. We carried these things down the mountain. Oh, I mean, they're small looking, but they're totally impregnated with sap. So they're very heavy. I mean, this little guy here probably weighs like 20 pounds, 25 pounds. So after a certain after a certain time going down the mountain, carrying these things, I'd say after about 5 or 10 minutes, my wife said, why don't we just roll them down the mountain? So we did. We just started rolling them down the mountain. It was a little dangerous and did whack my dog one time, but he kind of ran in the path. Anyway, so moving on this way.
You can see the dog is fine. Here he is. You're fine, aren't you?
I have these sawhorses out here because I was making a handrail the other day. Now this thing here, the old downspout, it has in it a filter. It's made by a company called Aquabarrel, and you can see it does a really good job. I'd say it keeps out sediments. You can get it in the light. It keeps out sediments that are, I'd say, anything smaller than a 1/16 of an inch, maybe a 32nd of an inch, might get down into the cistern, but that's okay. You know, I can live with that. So after every rainfall or even snowfall, snow melt, take it out. And then, oops, got to go in this way, like that. So now it's in. That's made by Aquabarrel. If you go on my website, westonparker.com, one of my blogs has all these different things listed. Aquabarrel and the people that make the incredibly good insulation, the people that make the stove, all those different things. So let's see here. There's my ash can, which we probably fill up once every month or 6 weeks. We trimmed a bunch of trees the other day. Lori just shoot them that big log down into the tree. That's a Doug fir. And the very top of that, the part that we whacked off there, is over here on the deck. The tops of Doug fir trees. You can tell the Doug fir because their pine cones have little furry things coming off. That's how people are, you know, it's helpful to remember Doug fir. A great tree, Doug fir. So then we're coming this way. Be careful, Lloyd, this is a nice one today. This is another one of the Aquabarrels, and this is one that will show you exactly how they look and how they fit in here. You slide them up, pull them out, and look at all that. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it does a really nice job. And I always take the sponge or filter out. Do a pretty good job cleaning it. While I'm fiddling with this, Lori,
I have to say our outhouse is looking forlorn these days because, of course, we now have indoor plumbing.
Yeah. The old girl doesn't get much action. But in the summertime...
Wait, are we still talking about the outhouse?
Yeah, so in the summertime, if I'm down there working on the trees or something, I'll use the outhouse. So then tilt down, Lori. Show them the cistern. That cistern, the bottom half of it's 5 feet tall. So about the bottom 18, maybe even 24 inches. Well, I had to jackhammer granite. Took me and another fella 8 hours one day and about 6 hours the next day. Oh, it was a nightmare. And we backfilled it, did a nice job, but you know, it settled, maybe it washed away a little bit. So as you can see, all that rock and rubble on the downslope of the cistern, that is in place because I'm going to start putting you know, topsoil and dirt back on that, and maybe I can seed it and get it so that at least the top of the cistern is covered in soil, because that's what we want to shoot for. You don't want to have your cistern exposed too much, especially in these Colorado winters, because that water starts to freeze in there, boy, we will have some serious troubles. All right, so now we're going to walk. Let's see. Let me show them this cable here, Laura. This little cable here is, no, it's not the internet, but it's our phone, and that picks up the satellite. And the other one it does is our internet goes about 250 feet down the mountain, attached to a tree, aimed across the valley at a tower. So it's a line of sight service. Really great. $46 a month for all of our internet, and it's pretty good. Let's see, there's one more of these Aquabarrel dudes right here, but you know, it's covering the third roof line right here. So let me just swing it this way. I'm a big fan of that company, Aquabarrel. They make good products. So let's see. Laura, let me take the camera and I'll walk this. That is our pooch Duff. Hey Duff, say hi to all the people back home. And there you go. Beautiful golden doodle. He's almost 10 years old. A heck of a companion. And it's a little slippery in here. Now down below, there's my generator, Honda 2000i EU. What a great thing. I bought that in 2008. My son and I built the cabin using that to power a lot of the tools, skill saws and whatnot. And then it was originally a gasoline. Here, Laura, I'll let you hold the camera. It was originally came as, you know, gasoline. And so that meant I had to schlep gasoline cans up and down the mountains, filling it all the time. Because you could burn through the tank on that in about, I think it's 6 hours or so. So that's a lot of pouring, a lot of gas. So I did was I converted. I got a conversion kit. That's also on my website in that one blog. It talks about all the information. American, U.S. carburation or something like that. And I converted it to run off propane. Works. It's more powerful. It's quieter. It's cleaner running. I took it in to get it serviced after 1 year. And the guy said, man, this thing doesn't even look like it's got 10 or 20 hours. So amazing. And down here are our other propane tanks. The big one here runs our cooking stove, you know, the big stove in the kitchen. These two little twins, they run the hot water heater. I'm hoping before too long to, well, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over here. Come on over here, let me have the camera for a second, Larry. I'm gonna have to cut this video in half to upload it. But underneath the house, right there, there's just basic outlets. However, this one right here runs over and connects down to the pump that's inside the cistern. That one right there, the white one, connects up into the house and runs the electricity that also runs the wire. It's called heat tape. If you know anything about, you know, trying to keep plumbing pipes from freezing, it's called heat trace. And that heat trace inside here, see if you can get a shot of this, Laurie. Right up inside there, can you see it? See that black? It is right there. Black and round, that's all it is. So what it is, I think, a 6-inch PVC pipe. I don't think, that's what it is. And it's wrapped with a bunch of that 1-inch thick pipe insulation. And inside it is more insulation and a 3-inch pipe. And inside the 3-inch pipe is the heat tape that goes around my hot water pipe, which is PEX. And all that's inside here. It turns there, elbows, goes down, goes into the ground, goes over and ties in to the tank. So at any time, if that pipe begins to freeze, actually, I think if it hits like 37 or 38 degrees, the heat tape turns on and keeps it warming, keeps it from freezing. So there's the cistern. This is where all the water pipes join up right here, Lois. Swing over here. Let me move the bicycle. Right here. You know, this part of the house comes from here. The back side comes along and joins up right here. And down in here is where the front side of the house, and they all three join and go into here. And I haven't built it yet, but I have, this will be a diverter pipe, and I've got all the parts and pieces for it. I'll probably do it next summer. Boy, this thing is hard to turn. What it does is if once the tank gets filled, if it continues to rain, all the rain pours and goes into the tank and just keeps on bringing sediment into the tank. But once your tank is full, the best thing to do is divert the water and just send it someplace else. So that's the plan for a future job. And let's see, I think that's about it for down here. I think that's all we've got on the house and the exterior. So, from Colorado, Wes Parker, signing out, saying goodbye. And as always, I am at your service. Yeah, we could have talked more and gone over